Good morning everyone, and welcome to a new video on the channel. Do please remember to like, comment and subscribe, as it helps us develop this new YouTube channel. It is Saturday the 11th of April, and today we have some more Northern Premier League Division 1 action as we see if Redcar Athletic can bounce back from a rare defeat against Borough Rangers in the North Riding Senior Cup on Wednesday night. So we are heading to Pontefract Collieries versus Redcar Athletic, an important game for the home side. So let's head down to Yorkshire and find out what on earth is going on.
Please take the next exit on the left towards Pontefract and then take the first exit at the roundabout. Now exit left and then take the first exit at the roundabout.
So here we are in Pontefract, and coming into today's game, Pontefract Collieries are in 4th place in the Northern Premier League Division 1 East, 3 points behind 3rd place Emley, and this is a crucial game for them as they are desperate to close that gap in their remaining 3 games and try and get that 3rd place, which would give them a home game in the playoffs. And so there's plenty to play for in today's game for Collieries. For Redcar Athletic, of course, they are top of the table and champions, 19 points clear of 2nd place Matlock Town. From their point of view, they have something of a point to prove after a disappointing North Riding Senior Cup semi-final exit to Borough Rangers on Wednesday, only the first defeat for the side since October, and they'll be looking to show that they're not indeed on the beach, which is some of the accusations that have been targeted at them after that tame exit from the Cup in midweek. So let's head in to Ponty and see how it all pans out. So here we are at the entrance to the Hunters Stadium, home to Pontefract Collieries FC. As you can see, the Collieries club shop being advertised there as well. Let's head in. And here we are inside the dressing room at the away dressing room, of course, at Pontefract Collieries. And this is a new location compared to when we came here last season in the FA Cup, when the stadium was about to be rebuilt. And this new away dressing room, I think you can probably get an idea of the perspective. It's a lot bigger than last season's was. And in here you can see a very well appointed shower. This must be close to being the best away dressing room that we've seen in the league this season, I would have to say. So here we are inside the Hunter Stadium in Pontefract, and there's actually a game already in progress here on the 4G, and it is Pontefract Collieries under 14s against Guiseley. So as you can see, there's already a bit of a crowd in. So Ponty Coles ground is a 3-sided ground. On the far side you've got the dugouts, but you can actually stand on that side of the ground, unlike similar stadiums. Behind the goal at one end there's nothing. There's a covered end, the Frank Burnley stand behind the goal as you come in, and then you've got this main stand here, behind which is the new hospitality complex, and the old bar, which is now named the 1958 bar, is in the corner. We'll have a little bit more detail on all of those. And the team's coming out here for today's game at the Hunters Stadium. And the guard of honour from the Pontycold side for the champions, Redcar Athletic, and here they come, led by Danny Lay.
I'd like to welcome onto the field the champions of the Northern Premier League East League, Redcar Athletic. Well done, boys.
And Pontycold playing in their regular home kit of all royal blue. And Redcar Town today in their home kit of red shirts.
And now let's welcome onto the pitch your Pontycold!
And we're underway here at the Hunter Stadium. Early throw for the Coles taken by the captain Jack Greenhalgh and cleared. Brad Fewster plays the ball in for Adam Boys out to Curtis Round.
He's on.
Anderson. Now the captain Danny Lay. It's going to be picked up by Adam Boys. Curtis Round. Round in the cross into Louis Johnson. And now Brad Fewster goes for goal, and it's just over. And the slip at the back lets Collieries in.
Shoot! Yeah!
And it's the goal. It's Joe Lumsden who's fired the home side away. It was a slip from the captain Danny Lay, and the ball fell kindly for Lumsden, and he rifled it in past Masbarian. 1-0 to Collieries here at the Hunter Stadium. Steelmen taken by Anderson to Louis Johnson. Round the corner to Round. And out for the first corner of the game for the Steelmen. Adam Boys picked up by Round. Adam Boys back to Louis Johnson. And a great save. And now Fewster and held low down by Harry Christie to deny the equaliser. Near pain and dealt with by the Steelmen defence as Anderson breaks up to Louis Johnson, and Johnson loses out to Ben Middleton.
All that's going to make you slow as a ball. Yeah, I suppose,
And a corner to Pontycold. Corner of the game for Coles. And goes behind for a goal kick. And held low down by Masbari. It was Alfie Perry who had the effort for the home side.
Brilliant!
Haynes' effort's blocked. And second. Joe Lumsden back to second and doubles the home side lead. Redcar failed to deal with the initial ball in, and it fell to Lumsden, and he fired it home. 2-0 here at the Hunter Stadium.
Yeah.
And held by Masbari. So a free kick to Ponty just inside the Redcar half. Going to be taken by Perry. fires it into the box, and headed behind for a corner from Rio May. Elliot Walker with the corner, and it's easily dealt with at the near post, and now Fuster. Bartlett plays the ball up to Johnson. Plays the ball over the top to Johnson. Johnson crosses and just fired over by Mark Anderson. Best chance so far for the Steelmen. Payne plays the ball out to the right.
Inside now! Get on with it!
And fired in and held by Masvari. So another long throw coming in from the captain. And once again he gets some distance on it. And a great save from Masvari to deny Middleton. And it's going to be a corner to Ponte. So Frankie Sinfield with the corner as we move into 1 minute of added time. And a free kick. It's been another tale of the home side wanting it more than the Steelmen, and still having something to play for, and it's reflected in the scoreline here at the Hunter Stadium at half time. It is Pontefract Collieries 2, Redcar Athletic 0. We're back underway here at the Hunter Stadium. Fuster goes for goal and just wide. Sinfield on the ball for Ponte, and corner conceded by Danny Lowe. Sinfield with the latest corner for the home side and fired away, back out to Sinfield. Crosses in and picked up by Payne and flicked behind for another corner. Elliot Walker with the latest Pontefract corner. Headed forward by Middleton and cleared by Fuster.
There's your boys and girls.
Johnson to Anderson. It's now Curtis Round. Crosses in to Adam Boys. Fired clear. Now Fuster loses out in the middle of the park.
If they both need a point. Yeah, true, I think so.
Johnson.
Short height, you're only going into
Guru back to Johnson. Now Bartlett. Guru fires the ball forward to Boys. And Boys, and it's a great finish. His 41st goal of the season, Adam Boys finds the target. It is 2-1 here at the Hunter Stadium. Great finish from Bosch.
And today's
Evades his marker. Johnson And he scored. It's all square here at the Hunters. Louis Johnson levels things up. And he caught
Goal
out
number 2 for Redcar
Christie.
Athletics, scored by number 11, Louis Johnson.
Called out Christie at his near post. It is 2-2 here at the Hunters Stadium. So a corner for Ponty as they look to respond. Elliot Walker with the kick.
Oh!
Punch clear by Masfari.
Into him, into him!
And now Redcar on the counter.
Double up, double up! Yeah, Tom!
And one back by Fuster, but
Unwanted lobster!
Bartlett plays the ball over the top to Boys.
Oh, good ball, Boise!
Bartlett goes for goal and it's way off target. Curtis round goes for goal and it's held low down by Christie. So the Steelmen taken quickly by Anderson to Rowe, and now Bartlett down the corner to Fuster. Fuster's cross and it goes behind for the first corner of the half to the Steelmen. Anderson with the corner, headed goalwards and just about dealt with by the home defence.
Hold! Hold! Go on, Naya! Give him! Play it! Give him! Naya! Beat him! Beat him! Yeah. Shoot! Shoot! Go on! Hit him!
The substitute Haven. Haven goes for goal and it's dealt with. Haven again. And kept out by Masfari and cleared. And now Redcar on the counter, the ball over the top. It's going to be picked up by Johnson. Louis Johnson. And finds the back of the net, and the Steelmen have turned it around. It is 3-2 to Redcar here at the Hunter Stadium. Louis Johnson with a brace.
3 for Redcar Athletics, scored by number 11.
3-2. Going to be green half again with this dangerous long throw, and again it goes into the centre of the box and headed just wide by Middleton, and that was a golden chance for the equaliser. So free kick to Redcar on the edge of the centre circle. It's going to be Anderson with the kick. Goes short to Fuster and now fired in. And now Danny Lay, and fires it wide, the captain. Terrible error from the keeper, Christie, and it's stolen by Louis Johnson, who fires the ball into the back of the net for his hat-trick. It's a calamitous mistake from the home keeper, and it's 4-2 to the Steelmen here at the Hunter Stadium. Anderson goes for goal, and it's held by Christie. Danny Rowe.
Yeah, very good out of the two there. Very good. Yeah. I mean, the ref was first half.
Oh! Got it, use the pace!
Nathan Modest on the attack, fires it into the middle and put behind by Rio May rather. It's a corner to Ponte. So Walker with the latest corner for the home side. Goes short to Pavan, and now Walker again. Fired into the middle and headed clear. Only as far as green half. And now caught by Masvari. So green half with the latest long throw for Ponte.
Yeah.
In fact, it's just been held up for a substitution for the home side.
Substitution for the goals coming up to field number 2, Alfie Perry. Coming up to field number 15, Jack Wilson.
Come on, Jack, the 8!
So now in comes the throw. Headed clear. And a red card has been shown for a late challenge. And it was quite a robust tackle, but
Great decision, man. Great decision.
it is JJ Bartlett, who had already been booked earlier in the game, but it was a straight red that was shown, and Redcar will have to finish the game with 10 men. Walker, a nice setup, and fired over the bar. That was Jack Wilson that put the effort over. Wilson on the right for Ponte. Crosses and punch cleared by Masvari. And now splat into the box again. And capped out by Masvari. Wilson cuts inside and goes for goal, but it's held by Masvari.
Final score at the Hunter Stadium,
And the referee
unfortunately.
blows the final
Goals
whistle
2,
here at the Hunter
Redcar
Stadium.
Athletic 4.
And Redcar Athletic finding their
The results
mojo
in
in the
and
second
around us
half.
in the playoffs.
And it
Dunstan
finishes
5, Lincoln United 0.
Pontefract
Emley
Collieries 2,
0, Benedict 2,
Redcar Athletic 4.
Grimsby Butter 1.
And Redcar Athletic go over to get the applause from the travelling Steelmen fans. There was a great turnaround in the second half, and it's been appreciated by those coming down from the Redcar coast. And if you've been wondering about the background noise today, these lads here have been celebrating their stag party.
We're going up, we're going up, we're going up.
So I've been joined after the game by Carl Jarrett. Carl, I'm guessing you were looking for a reaction after that defeat at Borough Rangers in midweek, and in the second half in particular. I'm guessing you got one.
Yeah, first and foremost, delighted with the 3 points today. Difficult conditions for both teams. You know, they started off well, obviously, with a win, and we still had some good chances in the first half. You know, we created some 2 or 3 chances where we could have actually done better at times with it. I think the first goal was quite sloppy from us trying to play out, you know, from the win. We were a bit disappointed with ourselves at half time because the lads were speaking about trying to get the ball forward quite quickly, but it was holding up in the wind, so we decided to try and play out from the back. We got caught a couple of times and we got done with that, so we decided to try and get it forward as much as we possibly could in that half, and battled all the way through to keep it sort of 2-0, you know, because it was tough in the first half. We spoke at half time about, you know, using the wind a lot better in the second half. And the lads just come out and they were just excellent in the second half with the wind, just brilliant at finishing. The press was high, they didn't let them out, and that quality of the passing and movement was brilliant. So well deserved that, to be fair, in that second half. And I'm over the moon for the lads, because things have been obviously flattened out performances, like I've spoken about, after we've won the league. So, you know, I'm glad to get the second half performance out of the lads.
And any comment about the red card for JJ?
Yeah, I don't mind saying I was right in front of it, and I think the referee was crowded out by a couple of Pontefract players there. He should have made his own mind up. I think he knows he's got the ball. You know, it's a 50-50, but he's won the ball. And the lads laid down, no disrespect to him, the lads laid down, but he had a lot of Pontefract players around him. I don't blame JJ going for balls like that. He's a midfielder that we expect, you know, for him to make challenges. And I don't think he's really touched him that much. I think they've just made too much of that. But you know, you get them sometimes, and you know, it's disappointing from our things, because you know what, they try and use all the players today and use the squad, and it's changed our mind on them side of things. So that's a disappointing thing, and obviously losing JJ obviously for the rest of the season now, for the last 2 games, and he missed one next season. You know, it is a bit of a blow, but we've got a strong enough squad, and we'll deal with it next week.
And obviously the final game is a repeat of the final home game last season against Blythe Town next week, another all Northern League clash from last season. What would you say the message to the fans to get them to pack out the Hollow for the final time this term?
Well, firstly, the fans have been superb this year, you know, home and away, so I can't fault them. You know, all I will say is it's the last home game of the season, of a season that's been unbelievable for this club, you know, to get over 100 points, 100 goals, breaking records left, right and centre, all over the place. You know, it'd be party atmosphere next week, and fingers crossed that we can come up with a chance for the result. But it'd be great for everyone to get down and support the lads for the last home game.
Alright, cheers Carl, enjoy your night.
Thank you.
So it finishes Pontefract Collieries 2, Redcar Athletic 4, and what a second half turnaround from the Steelmen. Whatever the management team said to the players at half time, it certainly worked, as the Steelmen certainly got their mojo back in that second 45 with a blistering 20 minutes of football at the start of that period. An excellent hat-trick from Louis Johnson, but probably the opener from Adam Boyes, the pick of the bunch, to get us back into the game. Thoroughly deserved on the second half performance, and Ponty really ran out of steam. They looked pretty handy, didn't they, in the first 45? But the swirling wind perhaps was more of a factor than we realised in the first 45. Sometimes, I've always said, Redcar, you know, certainly at Green Lane, have always played better playing into the wind, because we sort of know the conditions there. But on this ground, I think the particular way that the wind was swirling definitely gave an advantage to the team that was playing with it, because it was a very uneven bounce as well on the 4G, and if you just sort of played the ball forward with the wind, it would bounce kindly and set you up. So we took full advantage of that, and fair play to the players, and it's a perfect response in the end to that defeat at Borough Rangers. So Redcar go over a goal difference of 100. That's 101 now, positive goal difference, and 101 points. It's an incredible achievement in this record-breaking season, with just 2 games left. For Ponty, of course, that leaves their playoff position a little bit more precarious. They're now just 1 place and 1 point off of Bradford Park Avenue, who are just outside the playoffs and who have a better goal difference. And really, Ponty couldn't have it harder with their running, because they've got to play Emley next Friday and then Dunstan on the final day. So it's still in their own hands, but they're going to have to work hard to secure that playoff place. Redcar, of course, Redcar Athletic, that is, have a week off, and so our attention on the channel between now and next Saturday, when the Steelmen play their final home game against Blythe Town, our attention turns to Redcar Town as they attempt to get promotion to Step 5 for the first time in their history. And they have a chance to do just that with the next match on this channel, which will be on Tuesday, the 14th of April, Redcar Town versus Yarm and Eaglescliffe. Win that game and Redcar Town are promoted as champions of the Northern League Division 2. Fail to win and it will roll over to Thursday night when they entertain Seaham Red Star. Now we'll be bringing you both of those games on the channel, so come back first and see if they can wrap things up on Tuesday, which is obviously what they'd prefer to do, first versus second in the Northern League Division 2. And until then, thanks as ever, always appreciate you watching Just a Sec TV.